Hi guys, welcome back to Noctis Gaming, or welcome to Noctis Gaming if you are new to the channel. Now we're going to do something a little bit different with this video, as I'm sure you can probably see by the title, and I'm hoping it will be made clear why we're doing this in the near future, so stay tuned. But we're going to have a look at the lore and background of the video game Helldivers. We're going to be covering everything up to Helldivers 1, and then bridging the gap between 1 and 2, and where the current state of the universe is in. Super Earth, our home, prosperity, liberty, and democracy, our way of life. But this doesn't come for free. It is every man, woman, and child's duty to protect our home, our culture, and our families. Why not make the most important decision of your life? Make the safety of your family a personal responsibility. And prove that you have the strength and courage to be free. Join the Helldivers. Travel the galaxy, visit the capitals, meet unusual people, and represent the Federation. Secure the resources we need to preserve our way of life and to build a future for Super Earth. Spread managed democracy throughout the galaxy. Become more than you are. Become a hero. Become a legend. This is taken from one of the broadcasts within the game. As you can tell, they use propaganda to try and bring as many people in to the military corporation known as the Helldivers. What we are going to be doing is taking a deep dive into the culture, the policies that make up what is known as Super Earth. There are several occasions that show that the government of Super Earth deal with troublemakers or dissidents in a very suppressing and often brutal way. The government of Super Earth developed a voting system where instead of just going in and voting for who you want, you have to fill in a questionnaire, and then based on your answers, the system will automatically put a vote through for you. This to me just smells like corruption, as they can just rig the system to give them most votes. It's also a way of them finding out some of the people that maybe don't agree with them and dealing with them harshly. Another broadcast that is played states the following: questions regarding the Federation or government of Super Earth will be sent to the appropriate quadrant. It is illegal to express oneself openly about the Federation or government of Super Earth in a negative manner, and serious cases may result in arrest or termination. The CO of one of the ships states that the Galactic Wide Web, or GWW, is monitored closely for what they call alien sympathizers. At some point, an entire unit of Helldivers, who you could argue are the most loyal of citizens, were labelled as alien sympathizers and were swiftly executed. Before Earth was united to form Super Earth, the Helldivers were actually trained as riot police and were often tasked with eliminating anyone who opposed the government. All this information clearly paints a picture of an extremely oppressive and totalitarian regime. In the year 2084, humanity ventured into space. Initial contact with alien races was in the name of peace, but this soon turned ugly, however, causing humanity to go to war against 3 races: the cyborg, the bugs, and the Illuminate. We will now take a look at each one in more detail. Firstly, we have the cyborg. The cyborg come from a planet nicely called Cyberstan, which is a snow-covered wasteland on the fringe of the galaxy. When humanity invaded Cyberstan, they forced them into democracy, coercing them into the voting booths. Every now and then, the government would claim that the cyborg had rebelled, targeting a populated area with a terrorist attack. The government then used this as an excuse to go to war, wiping out large numbers of the cyborg, and then forcing them eventually back into the empire of Super Earth. This cycle would repeat itself several times. The cyborg were labelled socialists by the government of Super Earth, and they had a red star as their icon. More on that a little bit later. Next up, we have the bugs, which are a sentient alien species, closely resemble the bugs we have here on Earth, however much, much larger. It is believed that their home planet is called Kepler Prime, which is a desert wasteland located on the eastern fringe of the galaxy. The bugs, when they die, and possibly while they're still alive, we're not quite sure, let off a large quantity of oil, which Super Earth gather as a very valuable resource. Super Earth farm this by way of huge pumps, some of which are actually located on Kepler Prime itself. It is believed by some, although they don't voice this out loud for fear of repercussions, that Super Earth saw this oil as a valuable resource, set up pumps to farm it, and the bugs just saw them as an invading species and attacked, defending their home. The propaganda on Super Earth first depicted the bugs as an endless swarm that needed to be culled, otherwise they would invade the entire galaxy. When the war against the bugs was won, the propaganda soon changed. They were then shown as a very valuable species due to the oil they secrete. A scientist called Dr. Henk Ploeg began work to see if he could breed the bugs and keep them in a controlled manner. Lastly, we are onto the Illuminate, or Squith as they call themselves. These are an intelligent species from the southern quadrant of the galaxy. The name Illuminate was given to them as they considered themselves enlightened beings, or at least that's what Super Earth propaganda would have you believe. They are blue-skinned and originally come from the oceans. They are able to use bioelectronics and nano-powered devices. The first encounters with the Illuminate was in the late 21st century, as recon ships would be spotted above Earth. Many citizens did not believe these were true sightings, however, but after a time, they made contact with a peace offering. The government of Super Earth rejected this, as they believed the Illuminate carried world-destroying weapons, with which were nicknamed obliterator bombs by the government. Super Earth believed this was enough for them to strike first at the Illuminate. Senator John W. Killjoy said, and I quote, "The statement sends a clear message to all would-be threats to Super Earth. If they have more advanced technology than us, be prepared to pay the price." So does this mean Super Earth attacked them just because they were more technologically advanced? Any sympathizers of the Illuminate would suffer public executions. Once Super Earth was able to defeat the Illuminate, they forced them to sign a treaty. This treaty involved handing over all of their technology and also forbade them from creating any sort of military force. According to Dr. Henk Plug, the amount of technology we are going to receive will accelerate our technology tenfold and allow us to create peacemaking devices that have the power to destroy entire planets. Let me say a bit of that again. Peacemaking devices that have the power to destroy planets. As you can see from the 3 enemies that humanity have had to face, you could argue that humanity, or Super Earth, was the aggressor in all 3 of them. Roughly 100 years after all of these events, we find ourselves at the setting for Helldivers 2. There are currently 2 enemy forces, the Terminid and the Automaton. The Terminid are believed to be as a result of the bugs, which were being farmed for their oil, being mutated in some way, more likely to increase the efficiency of farming the oil, and them escaping from their farms. We are not sure where the Automaton are from. However, around their bases we can see the same red star that was the symbol of the cyborg. Could these be a race that took the final step from cyborg to being fully composed of machines? Or do they for some reason worship or look up to the cyborg of old? We simply do not know enough just yet. There is a 3rd race which is rumoured to be introduced, which, as you can probably guess, will be linked somehow to the Illuminate. That concludes our deep dive into Helldivers lore. As I hinted at the beginning of the video, we are doing this for a reason which is more linked to tabletop wargaming. So please, if you are interested, give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn the notification bell on so you'll be able to see what amazing projects we have in the future. Thank you very much for watching, and take care.